Hey guys, welcome to another Happy Japan video. Today we're gonna show you how to use your Tatami tool and also your Run Satin stitch, which I'm gonna explain in detail later. So as I already explained, we want to upload a file. Go to import. In this case, we go here to our happy face. We're gonna place our image in here. Remember here to always center it in the middle. Just place 0 so it's centered, and remember you can also change the size of your file. In this case I'm going to do it from 15 centimeters, which is about 5 inches. So we're going to change it and our size is reduced. And also remember to just set it and lock it so it doesn't move and you can actually trace correctly. So the first thing we're gonna do is I've already showed you is to make our tatami curves, so making like the face. I'm using the right click of my mouse. Remember, in this case, when you're gonna do circles or faces or round objects, you can always use this. If you happen to make a line that's not correct, you can always press Ctrl Z and it will go like backwards one step. Just move this a bit so I can actually see. Remember, you can just zoom it in or out as you wish during the process. And here it goes. So there it is. You can just change the color in here, and yeah. Right there you can see all the stitches. Remember, you can change the orientation of the stitch in this option, and you can just change the density in here. And yeah, as you can see, it's really tight, the circle. Now we're gonna do the little face, the little objects. Again, we're changing this to tatami, and remember, this thing is going to be circles. In this case, it's an oval shaped, but again, same principle, right? And remember always to save your work. In this case, we're going to do it as happy logo. We're going to go to our documents and happy logo. There it is. Yeah. Okay. So again, we just change it. Remember to change the color so you can actually differentiate. And you go from here and you can just see it, how it's going to look. It seems a bit crooked, so just go again to the option for modifying the stitches. Select the option, and remember, you can just change it. If it's a bit crooked, if it's not set well, you can just change it and do it. And go a bit down. And just change the orientation of the stitch. And as you can see here, looks a bit better, but still we need to change this. If you didn't have a stitch in there, you can just double click in it and it will, a little pearl will appear. So you can just change from a specific side if you need to do it. Now, around 180. And there you go. You got to do the other one, the other eye. And again, tatami. Oh yeah, I know it's a bit crooked right there, but remember, we can always change that. and just let's keep on doing this process. Remember, try to do it as close as the line as you can. If not, don't worry, you can just modify it later, just so you have the actual figure, because it's easier to modify the figure than to erase and do it again. You go here, you try to, see if there's any not so crooked side, right? And in this case, we're not going to change any density, as I want you guys to see how it looks like without any sort of changes, and I explained that in a previous video. You can see in the description below. I just want you guys to see how this can work, and I want to show you a new tool that actually can be really helpful for you when you want to do, this is not, I'm sorry, the satin. Use the satin right now. Actually, this is a really useful tool. I'm going to do a video on that later. So satin is really useful for when you want to do 3D puff caps, baseball designs, especially MLB season, World Series, everything like that. Not exclusive for baseball, but it's really used for baseball. So I'm going to do a video on that later, because it's, again, a very, very, very useful tool. Just keep on using. It's a bit more complex and different than the Tatami, because the Tatami is basically just filling out the form and the object you're trying to embroider, or you want to embroider. But in this case, it tends to be a bit more complicated. But with practice, everything makes it a tad bit better. Okay, so here, on crook, just turn it to its place. Everything seems fine. Just change the orientation of the stitch, facing upwards so it doesn't shrink. And let's see how it looks. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty well. Looks really resembled. Now for our last step, and this is the tool that I wanted to show you, we're going to go to this single pad satin. I'm going to select the that single pad satin. This is a tool that's really useful for when you want to do borders, or when you want to do any sort of tool or any sort of border that will be surrounding your figure. So this is really, really useful. So for this to be used correctly, we want to actually do the same thing. You want to do the shape of the face, but it's going to be a bit different. I'm going to show you why and how it works exactly. Just try to do it as close as the design as it can be. It's going to be a border, so it might pop a little bit. Well, it depends if you want to pop. You press ask, so it stops. And remember, just see in here, you can see how it will look here. You want it to be more dense, you can just press here and change. And there you have it. You can just play around with the border, and this option is really well for you who don't want to do a really complicated satin, because satin tends to be a more specific type of stitch. You can just do a border so it looks like more fancy, a bit more refined, if you want to say it like that. So one quick tool you can use is Alt-R. This will open the stitch, preview the slow redraw. You can just amp up the stitches as fast as you want, and then you just play. Sorry, I was selecting all of them, and just press play. You will see there the design, how it would be embroidering. This will give you a perspective of how fast or slow you want it. You can reduce the stitches. this is a great moment for you guys to see how much of the length of the thread you're going to use. If you notice that this takes too much in the preview, it means that it's going to be taking too much embroidering. In this case, we're not going to embroider this design. I just wanted you guys to see how this works. And always do this before anything else, because that way you can just save yourself some time and also thread and money. As you can see there, you know, the part that takes more time is the actual face. So here, this is an excellent step for you to take before embroidering. You can change parameters, you can change stitches, you can change colors. I mean, colors are here just for a preview for you guys to see. But again, of course, if we're going to embroider this, we would like to reduce it, because it's around, let me check, 27,000 stitches. That's too much. And productionally speaking, it's not going to be very efficient, so I'm just going to want you guys to show that. Remember, Alt-R, or you can go to a stitch preview. Also, if you want to know any sort of information, you can just do here to design information or design properties if you want to see any more specific design. So, I hope this video was really helpful for you guys. See you on the next one, and then again, remember to keep embroidering. I-Cliqq is a great option for you guys to earn a bit extra buck, bit extra money, and it's actually really easy to use. If you have used a software like Illustrator or some sort of digital imaging software, Welcome, or Welcome is also a great embroidery software, but tends to be more common. But in this case, when we're showing you I-Cliqq, and Photoshop can also be kind of similar in the interface. But then again, this is just for you guys to see it. Thank you for watching, and then again, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe. Thank you. And just before you go, let me just export this. Happy face. .tst, and that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Goodbye.